Now, we really don't know how he fits it all in. He's the host of a brilliant chat show, fills the airwaves every weekend, and somehow Graham Norton has still found time to become a best-selling author.
Oh, so he really doesn't stop, and he's here to talk to us right now. And it's
Hi,
lovely
Graham.
to see you. How are you doing? You're looking very tanned.
No, I know. I look like a bit boiled. I just sat out for a few minutes and this happened.
You look great.
It's like taking the foil off a turkey in the oven.
We spoke about the book Home Stretch when it came out in hardback, and so it's in paperback now. That's tomorrow. I would have thought you've written your autobiography, obviously, and that itself you're sort of pouring yourself into that. Is it writing your autobiography that gave you the confidence to start writing novels?
Kind of in a way, because, I mean, it sounds such a stupid thing to do, but you know that you've got it in you to do the word count. You know, if you finished your autobiography, obviously, in a way, that's easier because you know that story. You know where that story's going. You know what the ending is. But it just holding a book at the end of it makes you think, oh, actually, I can do this. I can type for this many hours.
Yeah, a huge sense of achievement. So just let's sort of set the scene for us, because it starts off, first of all, with this devastating accident.
Yeah, it's a pretty bleak beginning to a book, and I was sort of worried about that for the readers. It begins with a car crash, 6 young people in a car, 3 die, 3 survive, and one of the survivors, as often happens, is the driver. And I just thought, what happens to that young life? You know, you haven't begun anything, and suddenly it's like your life is over as well, because you're living with that shame and that guilt. And I just wondered what happened to that life. So it really follows that character, Connor, from the 80s right up until 2019.
You started telling one story and then realised that you're actually beginning to tell another one.
Well, it was interesting because I was telling Connor's story, but because Connor leaves and he comes back, I realized that actually it's not just his story and the story of his family. It was also kind of the story of what happened to Ireland in those intervening 30 years. And that reflected my experience because, you know, when I left. I didn't really go back very much. And it's only in the last sort of 15, 20 years that I've been going back more and seeing all the changes and seeing what Ireland's like now. So I was kind of pleased that that was a kind of an odd little added bonus in the book.
Because we're specifically talking about Connor's sexuality then. You introduced Finbar as well to really illustrate the difference between Connor's time and Finbar's time in Ireland.
Yeah, because Finbar is now, and kind of, I don't think young people in Ireland take it for granted yet, but they're about to.
Yeah.
Like, I think oldies like me, we're so appreciative. We're like, we can't believe all the changes that have happened. But, you know, you can't expect young people who are born into this new Ireland to be continually appreciative. They are just going to take it for granted.
Yeah.
So I guess that what actually starts out as being sort of born from tragedy, as the book goes on, there's actually quite a lot of optimism in there because of that.
There's optimism, and the other big thing in the book is forgiveness. And that was a kind of eureka moment, because I was wondering, how can I end this story? How can I bring it all together in a way that satisfies the reader? And I was very much in the, you know, punishing the baddies mindset. And then suddenly it came to me, you know, how powerful forgiveness is. And so that became a kind of motif throughout the book as well.
And so what about forgiveness as far as your publisher's concerned? Because, you know, you've written the hardback, so that already exists in software. You don't have to do anything about that, because that's already there. But the fourth one, which you're thinking about now, you say you might have lost a little bit of momentum here.
Something's gone wrong. I don't know why. I should have started it about a month, 6 weeks ago, and somehow I didn't. But I'm any minute now. So the new deadline is once this paperback comes out, that's me. I'm onto the new book. Yeah, that's
well, you
right.
better get your pen out. Well, you need story inspiration.
Actually, what am I doing? That's my typing.
You need a bit of story inspiration for it. Perhaps it could be something about a singing competition, maybe when you head to Rotterdam very soon.
Fingers crossed, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Yes, it's happening. I have a flight booked that is apparently going to take off, and whatever happens, I think with Eurovision this year, a contest is happening.
Yeah.
Someone is going to win, and that's already a huge step up from last year when it was just kind of a.
Just miss it
I
so
know.
much. I mean, it is the annual opportunity for Europe to show how much they hate us. I mean, I've missed that.
The truth is, they don't care. That's the reality. They don't hate us. They just don't care.
And as you are sitting in, and I wish that chair you were sitting in was red, because that really does look like a
Yeah, I know.
It does,
tipper.
doesn't it?
It does
Yeah.
look like a tipper. That congratulations, well, on two things. BAFTA.
Yes,
Today.
well done you.
Congratulations on, they've released their list of nominees for this year's award for the Entertainment Performance category. So you're in there. So well done with that. Adam Hills, Bradley Walsh, Claudia Winkleman, David Mitchell and Ramesh Ranganathan as well. That's a lovely thing to be congratulated on, but also for being in an Oscar-winning movie.
I know, that is ridiculous. And also it's one of those things, I am actually in it. I just thought, I'll do this voice this is Soul, Pixar movie Soul. And I just thought I'll do a voice and they'll use a line of it or something. And I went to see it at the BFI before Christmas and they wanted me to introduce it. And I said, I'm not going to introduce it. I don't even know if I'm still in it. And I am. I am actually in it. So, yes, I'll take it.
It's such a brilliant film as well. I knew nothing about it and I watched it and I was just like, this is a fantastic... It's one of their best ones, I think.
It does break your heart. I mean, I watched it sort of thinking, what child would be interested in this? But there were lots of children at the screening and they were quiet as mice. They were enthralled by the whole thing.
And you are Moonwind.
Yes, I am. I'm a hippie. Hopefully there's a sequel or a spin-off. I am available, so it's all good.
You've got to write your book first. Don't put any other interruptions in your life.
Oh, yeah, that.
Yeah, well, that's it now. I mean, you've got to start it. This home stretch, the paperback, this is what he decided. Once this was out in paperback, he was going to start the fourth book. Everybody's waiting. It's out tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care, Graham. Bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you so much.